Hello and welcome back to another video. This video is a continuation of our previous video in which we had discussed and investigated into the nature of learning, concentration and existence. In this video I wanted to in the previous video we had established based on our investigation we have established that existence requires uh, a knowledge. The knowledge of existence does not require a learning from or imitation. That is, uh, the knowledge of existence that does not require us to learn anything, and the knowledge of existence does not require our conscious action or unconscious inaction or any type of learning in the sense that we learn in the world or and so with this established theory we move forward into this video in which we are going to talk about the knowledge of existence. So what is knowledge of existence, and what does existence even mean? So now that we have established a set of rules and a set of thinking that is not related to the normal type of thinking that is required to know a certain fact in the world. So this is completely different in the sense that this knowledge of existence requires not acquiring something from the world, but it requires unlearning from our part. So now we will delve more into this concept of existence or wujudiyat, and what does wahdat al-wujud mean, or what does unity consciousness mean, and what does God consciousness mean, and all these terms that are used by different traditions and different esoteric traditions. And what does this huge statement made by Jesus Christ himself means, that when he says, I and my Father are one? So let us first look at this new type of learning, that is the knowledge of existence. So this new type of learning does not require you to imitate a certain action, or it does not require you to do a certain type of thing like concentration, or it does not require energy or diversion of energy. It requires it only requires that you acknowledge your existence. So once you acknowledge your existence, and once you delve into your existence and into your consciousness, you will start to see a lot of changes or shifts in your perception that start to happen. It may be slow, or there could be radical shift in consciousness, but these shifts in perception and these shifts in consciousness eventually will start to happen when you delve into the knowledge of existence, or when you uh, reside in existence itself. So this is what is meant by the Ramana Maharshi's famous statement, in which he says, always be in the self. he emphasizes that everybody should always be in existence and let the mind do its own thing, and you will eventually reach your goal of self-realization. And this is always stressed upon in many traditions of, not just in the Hindu traditions, but in many Christian mysticism and many Gnostic traditions. It is also stressed upon. So we can take a look at existence in a different language. That is, from what I have gathered here. So any persons. So most of the people who realize the self and their aim is to give this knowledge of existence through their words. And some of you may relate to these words because some of you may have similar impressions that I have. So, but maybe some of you won't be able to relate to these words, and so, but uh, but I will try to expand my knowledge in order to reach more people and make people more aware of the knowledge of existence here. So now that we have established that knowing that you exist does not require anything, uh, let us now delve into the existence itself. So the more you become aware of your existence, the more you realize what you are not. So, so the body that you see in the mirror every single day, or the feelings and the perceptions of the body that you interact with on a day-to-day basis, that is the hunger or the energies that arise in the body. These these are independent of our existence, in the sense that they exist on their own accord. They are not dependent on whether you exist or not. Uh, so what does this mean? So when you look at your day-to-day operations when it related to your body, you will see that the effects are perceived by the existence. That is, when suppose you pinch yourself, so this sensation of pinching is felt in existence. That is, if you concentrate upon this sensation of getting pinched, you will know that there is a sensation of pinching, but but this knowing is happening in existence itself. So not just pinching, any sensation that is happening in your body is happening inside the confines of your existence, and they happen regardless of whether you exist or not. So when you acknowledge that there is hunger, you will feel the hunger. When you don't acknowledge the hunger, you won't feel the hunger. And your existence is Satchitananda. That is, your existence does not require your body, does not require your mind, does not require an action, does not require doing. Uh, but then, okay, so for a moment you can accept this statement that existence does not require your body, your mind, or your action. So if you accept this statement, what happens? You still have impressions of the body and of the mind. So the mind doesn't want to die quickly. It wants to retain itself. It wants to survive. It wants to know that it exists, and it wants to be in control of whatever it makes contact with. So this is the difficulty that we find ourselves in. Okay, so we understand that existence is regardless of the body and the mind, but then what? Why does why do why does this seeking last? Right? This is our confusion. This is where we feel stuck. Our It's because the impressions of the mind and the clinging of the mind to the ego. So what we mean by ego here is the artificial construct that we have built, which has been going on since God knows when. This artificial construct is what we call the ego. So we identify ourselves with false things. So what happens basically is that the self, the unlimited consciousness, the higher consciousness or the God consciousness identifies itself with either with the impressions that it has gathered throughout its lifetime. So now what is happening is that we are identifying ourselves with this limited body and this limited mind with all its impressions, and we are thinking that we are this particular body and this particular mind, when existence does not require which is regardless of our body and our mind. So then what? What is this seeking, right? The seeking is also another form of personality that we have adapted now, that the mind has adapted. So in this journey of seeking, we have delved into a lot of knowledge. We have acquired so many philosophical concepts. We have acquired different practices. We have acquired different methods from different traditions, and we have acquired so many knowledge, which is all rooted in samsara, which is all rooted in the illusion. So for some people who are stuck at this, must see who the seeker is, like who is seeking. The seeker is also a personality that we are clinging on to, because it is more we think that it is more it is doing something important, that we think that now that we are seeking God, we are somehow on a divine purpose, which is fine, and which He will eventually do. And it is good that you are a seeker than be somebody else. It's better to cling to a personality that is seeking than to cling to a personality that is seeking money or seeking validation, seeking power. So it's better to be a seeker, but also the personality of seeker is harder to shed, because now the seeker has gathered impressions that are way more harder to shed, and these impressions are especially sticky because they have a divine uh, purpose associated with it. So now the seeker thinks that it is after divine purpose, it is searching for God, who we have been thinking that God is some supreme being, which is again uh, an exaggeration that we make, which is also then associated with these small experiences that we have, and these small sensations that we feel during our meditations or during reading certain books. We feel a certain peace and divinity suddenly coming into us. And even these practices that we do, or when you are praying throughout, or even the the ecstasy that you feel when you are in love with God or Supreme Being, when you surrender yourself to Him. So these experiences that you have, which are also temporary, form even more impressions, and again you start seeking these impressions, these experiences again and again, which is nothing but again it's another trap, or again it's a part of the cycle of samsara. It's part of the illusion, and so when does this seeking end, right? So when does this personality of seeker shed? This is not in our hands. All we can do is seek, right? The personality can do is be open to for the Supreme Being to reveal itself in front of us. So the impressions are shed, first of all, by not gathering more impressions. That is by remaining in existence, by remaining in the knowledge of existence, we can stop gathering more impressions from the world, whether it be good or whether it be bad. And when you stop gathering impressions, these impressions are eventually exhausted by themselves. And for a moment, or for a glimpse, you will be able to glimpse a vastness. And of course, after you glimpse this vastness, you will still experience things, and you'll still delve in the realm of illusion till you drop your body. So, but now you have more knowledge about how these impressions are created in the first place. You have more knowledge on how the patterns of the mind work. And you are also able to see the impressions of others. And you are also able to understand others more deeply by looking at the nature and the pattern of their minds, which is similar to your own mind. there is literally no difference in the patterns of the mind. Everybody has the same nature of the mind that is everybody has. They of course have different aspirations and different goals, but the nature and the pattern of and the workings of the mind are the same. So with this I want to conclude my investigation into existence, but I will further talk about the other terms that we had discussed about in our previous video, that is the terms that we used were conscious action, conscious creation of thought, and unconscious creation of thought, and how dreams are created, and how we can consciously create our dreams. I will talk about this in another video. Thank you for watching this video.